Hey everybody, welcome back to another film of the week. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. Just putting out a ton of content, so hope you guys have been enjoying it. The streak might be coming to a halt pretty soon here, just because there's not much going on with of course, the strike going on. There's a bit of a bit of questions in regards to content and in terms of just films coming out. So still kind of a shaky period, um, but we're still going to push forward. I'll still figure out ways to put out content. And one of those is, of course, our film of the week. And the film that we're going to be talking about this week is Naked, which was written and directed by Mike Leigh. I believe that's how you say his name. And this was released in 1993, and it follows a person named Johnny, played by David Lees. I forget how you say his name. I forget how you say the main actor's name, but he is he comes to his ex-girlfriend's house after he gets involved, has some bad stuff going on in his home place, and what follows is basically a study of character and a study of impulsiveness. Quite frankly, I mean, that's basically what his character boils down to. A very self-destructive type of mindset, the self-entitlement within that, and the cynicism that's buried within it, these desires for attachments, the effects of being completely unfiltered, some very unspeakable and just unknowing of being insensitive, these very inescapable hypocrisies within our own philosophies. It's a movie that is thematically and characteristically just thick, just filled with ideas, and the brilliance of it stems from its screenplay, which I think is just completely and utterly like there's so much meaning attached to the film. I mean, the point of Naked, the reason why it's called Naked, I believe, is because of its unfilteredness and its desires to just be honest, because mostly that's what generally the film seems to be about, is this idea of honesty. But what I think that the deeper ideas that it holds is within the character, then the character of Johnny, which is that he is a character that's he loves to project onto people. He's, again, very impulsive. He goes from one person to the next and speaks a bunch of philosophy and basically just rambling on about a bunch of nonsense. And what seems to be profound in what he's speaking on is also completely hypocritical when you consider the state of this person. He's just running around aimlessly around the cities, and he hasn't had a shower in weeks. He's looks like a mess. He has no self-control. And the peeling of that and coming to the truth of himself, and ultimately coming to a point in the film with his ex-girlfriend actually speaking truthfully and not having all these barriers already built up. So it's about the journey to that truth. But if that truth can be met, can you eventually get to that place? And for this character's case, it's not, because he can't escape those other qualities that he possesses: his cynicism, that impulsiveness, that self-entitlement, that ego that he bears, that narcissism that he has. It's a film that speaks philosophically in many ways, and for quite a bit of its time, and through that philosophy, it's how it's being presented. It's being packaged in within a performance that is completely compelling and completely committed. I think that it's, quite frankly, a brilliant performance, because it's the type of exaggeration and the type of sincerity that is needed for this type of performance, because there's points in the film where he's quite obviously hamming it up for the camera, and it's warranted. It makes complete sense within how they're building the parameters of the film, because it is a comedy. By design, it is a comedy, and it makes it known it's a comedy with these exaggerations and this need to be excessive within certain language, within certain philosophy, rambles, and just within the dialogue, just within the wordplay. There's points where it is laugh out loud funny, and most if not all of that is showcased almost entirely through this really brilliant performance. The the need to be philosophical, though, I do think does make it a bit redundant in its purpose and expression. It does feel that at times it feels quite profound because of what they're speaking on, and then at times when you think to this character and you think about the overall purpose and delivery, it does become a bit shallow at points because of it. Okay, we get it. It's another philosophy. We get it. 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 When do we get to see the growth? When do we get to see that switch? When does it become apparent that, okay, because you pick up on the fact that this character is doing this for a reason. He's projecting onto individuals. He's, yes, he's speaking on something that is truth, but does he actually believe in that sort of thing? Does he actually have, a grip to what he is saying, or is he just spewing out stuff just to get some form of attachment? And you pick up on that fairly early, and and the answer to that is obviously yes. He's just projecting onto people. He's not, he's not looking for for meaningful discussion. He's just, he's just acting out of an impulsive nature, really. And again, some form of self-entitlement. And the general, overall impression is that he's a very self-destructive type of character. But you get all that by a certain point, and when that is, discovered, it does become a bit redundant in this expression, in this, delivery of philosophies, because it essentially forms into a ramble in both philosophies and about selfishness to a certain measure. And for a bulk of its time, I found that quality, that idea, this, this delivery in philosophies and selfishness and impulsiveness, I found it to be intriguing because the dialogue of it, I think, is very playful and very meaningful, and I think that the performance at the center of it is very is just brilliant, really. And for the most part, it is a solid foundation, but I wish that it wasn't so reliant and so committed to talking in a certain way. I wish that there were points where the film went for a more dramatic or cinematic approach versus speaking on these big rambles, because it does get a little redundant, a bit boring, and a bit you do kind of zone out at some points because you're like, okay, here we go, he's gonna talk again. Hence why I said earlier about becoming more shallow. It's like, we have so much going on. You would think when speaking more in this philosophical way that they would find ways to deepen more, and yet it's just just kind of staying within what's set up. But for what is set up, you have a character that is so rich. I mean, he's emotionally shut. He's self-destructive. He's very hypocritical, hypersensitive. It's a character that is written and performed to the fullest. You get a complete understanding of who this character is, inside and out. And I think that it also is thematically rich because of it. It's a really, really solid study in character and in themes, but I think that it does at some point become exhausted in terms of how much it wishes to study that and how it wishes to express such ideas. It just I wish that there was room for other types of languages to take place versus this philosophical and this kind of rhythm that it chooses to take. But for the most part, though, it's solid, and I found myself enjoying it very, very much. So, um, so that's my thoughts on Naked. I thought it was pretty good, um, but like I said, I would have liked different deliveries and dialogue to take place, like not this philosophical type of stuff. I get the point in character, but I wish that for a viewing, I wish that there was more room for different, because it just makes the character, um, it's like it doesn't do much for me for the character in terms of like progression. It just feels like he's stuck in the same place, and I get that that is the point, that the character can't escape their own problems, but I wish that there was a different way of delivering that message that would feel a lot more impactful. Because I mean, it's impactful by performance and by over just dialogue, just by how it's delivered. But in terms of emotional sensibilities, I feel it's a little bit absent because of that redundance that is felt in expression. So, but those are my thoughts on Naked. And let me know your thoughts if you guys have seen the film in the comment section below. It's actually free right now on YouTube. So if you guys look up a Naked movie. I know that's a weird thing to look up, but look up Naked movie, or be more specific, Naked movie 1993. Right now, it's available on YouTube for free. So if you want to watch it for free, go check it out. It's a good film. So, but those are my thoughts on Naked. So let me know your thoughts. I'm pretty sure that was like the third time I said that, so I'm gonna stop saying that now. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.